Alright kids, today my grandmother of a self would like to discuss with you 4 different lies that the internet tells you. Because while I am of the age that we had internet as a kid, my internet growing up was a little bit more like this.
Here I go once again with the email. Every week, I hope that it's from a female.
And less.
Oh my god, Danny.
Because while I am here for the internet, and I am even on the internet, I just don't think having it so heavily integrated into our day-to-day existences is good for our mental health. And I guess I should say that I do think a lot of this comes more from social media, less of the World Wide Web.
We're riding on the internet, cyberspace, set free. Hello, virtual reality.
Because the first lie that I think that the internet teaches us is that it is normal to be really successful, really young, and like overnight. Because unless you are someone who is fortunate enough to have like a trust fund or have like really well-connected parents or something, it is not normal to be at like the top of your career by the age of 22. It's not even normal to feel like grounded, I would say, by the time that you're 29. Like again, for normal people. I'm not talking about like Elena Dunham right now. For most people, I would say around 35. That's the point where again, most people are like, oh, we kind of have some money that we didn't have before. We actually have a house and have made like good decisions. But I think it's easy when you're younger and you're following, especially all these influencers and like YouTubers and people that will definitely have and will make more money than you, me, or anyone in this room will ever see in our lives. Yes, you do have a lot of TikTok stars that are making a lot of money now, but you also have just like billions of regular ass teenagers. And there's always gonna be people that kind of make it through something from a much younger age. And that's good. If that's what you want, congratulations to you. But that's what I mean, that's not normal. It's not something that you should be comparing your own path to. Because during your 20s, I think it is important that this is a time that you are figuring things out and are learning to do things on your own. Because then all the things that you do learn during this time, it adds up and you're able to make better decisions in the future. Unlike what social media teaches us, which is someone made a decision that you didn't. It teaches us that you should have started that channel earlier, that you should have taken a different path, that you should have done XYZ. It's not about making that one decision that would have done this, 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 and that. When you spend all this time kind of flopping around and learning, you're able to then make better decisions in the future because of all the things that you've done. Life is not about making one defining decision. It's about learning how to navigate the decisions that you've already made and make better ones in the future. And by learning slowly, you end up with much longer term success and happiness, which I think is very important here. Maybe this is just something that like regular people say to comfort themselves, but I do think that again, for longer term success, longer term happiness, slowly creating a foundation and building blocks is a lot more important than just, I don't know, going on Dr. Phil and being popular for a little bit and then always being known as that person. Like, where do you go from here? I'm just saying. So if you want to go on Dr. Phil, cool, do that. But I would just recommend to stop putting a time limit on when you need to have things crossed off a bucket list or done by. And instead just focus on making sure that every day you are doing something that makes you happy and is actually moving you towards the thing that you would like to be. Second lie the internet teaches you kids is that there is one holy grail body type. Now, I recently did a video on why literally anyone can be hot, so it's all kind of BS anyway, but even though we are in agreement that every basically like 10 years society is like, this is the one, this is what we should all strive for and look like. I get that that's a reality. I get that it can feel like a lot of pressure to look and to be a certain way, but here's the thing. I would just take a minute the next time you feel crappy because you don't fit into a certain bucket, is that most people are not just attracted to one specific body type. I mean, like, I know we should all like have self-love and like care about ourselves, but I'm just saying beyond that too. I can tell you right now, I speak so inappropriately, almost predatorially, about Lakeith Stanfield regularly. The way I talk about that man, if Ira even just like came close, even if he did half of what I do, even jokingly, even somewhat talked about anyone that isn't me like that, I'd kill a man. And that, my friend, is what dating me is like. Anyways, the reason I'm saying this is that I find Lakeith Stanfield to just... But I also have had an obsession with Channing Tatum since I was like 14 and Step Up came on. And those two don't look anything alike. And I could go on. We don't discriminate here. Alexander Hodge. Oh my God. And if you're like, man, but Lauren, there's still a similar thread that most of these men are at least kind of fit or somewhat in some way. Let me tell you right now, Craig Robinson. If I was single, if I was ready to mingle, and Craig Robinson was in the room, which has happened before, but I was not single nor ready to mingle. What I'm getting at here is, even though social media tells us like, oh, this is what the hot person is, this is what you should look like, men, women, talking about everybody in between too. There's always gonna be like a standard for what we should be like looking like and striving for and stuff. But I'm just letting you know, I guarantee you, there is someone who wants to bone you right now. You might not know them, you might not want to bone them back, but somebody does. Welcome to my TED Talk. Children, please don't be here. Okay, third thing. This is less about what social media like projects onto us and more about what we, because of our access to the internet, project onto others. And that is feeling like it's okay to just word vomit out whatever stupid opinion you might have or things you might feel, because you ultimately have no consequences for it. So let's just take a mild sentence such as, oh my god, so much cuter as a redhead, blonde washes you out. Now, if you, in real life, a literal stranger came up to me and were like, oh my god, you would look so much better as a redhead because this blonde washes you out, you would get looks. You would potentially get yelled at. You would get some kind of response, small to much larger, that if you have any kind of like self-awareness and decency amongst you at all, would make you at least consider what you've said. But behind your computer screen, where you can literally just say stuff and then never hear back from the person, never see their reaction, never have anyone around you suggest anything different, you can say really stupid things such as talking about someone's hair color when no one asked, to actual things that I'm not even gonna put on the screen because they involve just threats that, what? Why? Oh yeah, because you're behind your computer. Anyways, my last thing that I feel like the internet constantly shoves in our face, which just like isn't true, is that we should always be happy. When you're going through someone's feed, it's so easy to be like, wow, what beautiful children, what a beautiful house, what a beautiful pool, what a beautiful partner, what a beautiful blah, 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 blah. You're always so happy in your pictures and your videos and all these things. Why can't my life just be like that? And here's the thing is, your life can't be like that because literally no one's life is like that. You would have to be so blissfully ignorant. Like that honestly is the only way. The world is actually on fire right now. If you are like just overjoyed and there's nothing wrong in your life, that's concerning to me. And I can tell you, I am mostly happy. I would say I'm always like, I do firmly believe this. I have a very easy existence. But these are all things that take work. Like, I am very strict with certain boundaries on who I let in, who I share certain things with, and I don't have an issue with cutting people that don't benefit me out of my existence. And I know that that for a lot of people sounds very selfish, but frankly, I do not care. I don't want drama in my life. I've never wanted it. I have never had any interest in it. And in order to achieve that, some of y'all gotta go. But simultaneously, you also have to be willing to do a lot of like self-reflection and be like, maybe I could improve in these ways, or maybe I could stop doing certain things. And that is also helpful in keeping good people in your life. You know, if you're not a good person, you kind of get what you get. What I'm getting at is that in order to like achieve happiness, there's a lot of stuff that goes into that is not happy. So anyone that tells you or gives off the impression that life is just like peaches and cream, which is also my stripper name, like that's literally just for a brand. It is absolute BS. Like there's no, like that's what I'm saying. It's not possible. And I think it's important to realize that life is not always going to be perfect. You're not always going to be happy. But knowing that those times where you might not feel good, instead of just like trying to shove that off and be like, I just need to be happy, that'll fix it. It's like, maybe just take that as a sign that maybe you need to do certain things, or you need to change certain things, or you need to look inside yourself, or like ask for help or do something else. There's only so much that you can control, is what I'm saying. And if you can get comfortable with that and be able to work with what you can control and be able to, again, just move forward and make better decisions, I think at the end of the day, you're going to be a lot happier most of the time. But if you go into life expecting that everything is just gonna be easy, dude, you're doomed. And that, my friends, is why I should start scripting my videos better, because I don't know what I'm saying. So I hope that you enjoyed. Yeah, go do something that makes you actually happy. Cut out that thing that annoys you, whether that's a person, whether that's just like something ugly in your house, you know, I don't know. Your little brother, do that and have a nice day. Bye, thank you for watching. I'm never making a video again.